Yeah, show the tuna. Yeah, it's on.
Okay, so obviously it's a
Tuna.
much better start. We need to focus on the reward, like we
Now get
discussed,
there.
and then the scent
Yep,
article
and
is
just drop
minor.
that and off
So
you go. There we
again,
go.
if we agitate the dog too much with the article, especially the pointy-eared dogs, they have a tendency to want to fixate on them, and then they self-reward on the article, and we don't want that to happen. So this was a really a much better start. I think it's going great.
Hang on, we
and let's just see how Raz does. Okay, so he does take the article here, and this goes back to what we did the other day. You know, we made it so important that in his little pea brain he has to pick it up. So it's going to take a while to get rid of this behavior, and one of the things we may end up having to do is go to harder objects that he doesn't want to pick up and use those as scent articles, because once these pointy-eared dogs get this kind of in their mind, it's sometimes a little hard to break. Now, what I do like is he finally gives it up and heads back on the trail, and part of the reason for that is that you're not making it a big deal. You kind of just let it alone. Now, what's cool is he took odor right here. That is odor that he's working, and he's working it really well. Now, yeah, a little distraction. I don't know what that is, and he just had to check it out. It's a little puppy thing. He's moving a little bit too fast and ran out of odor at the top of the hill, and then he has to kind of move back down into it to the left. Now, this could be due to drifting wind. It could be a number of things, but I think what really created the problem was just moving too fast. So he overshot the turn. Obviously, your scent pool is going to the right and behind the dog slightly. But this is really good track, a lot of good nose work.
Yeah, I reckon this time step back.
Okay, so here we have our second one.
And just drop that there.
Again, not too much attention on the article, more attention on the person leaving and the reward system. So really good job. Let's see how Raz does.
Hang on, little dude. I know. Bloke. I know. I know you want to go.
Okay, so I love the targeting of the article, not so much the play, but again, it's not becoming too much of a focus and he's giving it up. And I think part of the reason for that is you're just not paying attention to him. Now, if you start interacting with that article by trying to take it from him or talking about it or anything else, we're going to have a really big issue, and he's just going to focus even more on it. So he has to go to work. He has no other choice. I love that he just drops the article and decides in his own little pea brain to do the correct thing. So I think he's working odor fairly decently here. You know, I think he kind of runs out right about here, and I think a lot of that has to do with the surface that you're on. Lots of open leaves, not too much vegetation, but he's in odor really well, and you can see it right here how he's reacking to it. Lots of air scent. I think probably on our next exercise we're going to change things up to what we call a modified fire trail to let this trail age out a little bit. He's using so much air scent because honestly that's what's really available to him. We need to create some more ground scent. I'm going to explain how to do that here in just a little bit.
I know, little mate, hang on. I know, little mate, hang on. Yeah, hang on. You're good, hang on. Hold up, little guy. Hold up.
Okay, so he has to get his 2 cents in on the article. And again, that's just because we made it a focal point the other day, and And so now it's going to be hard for him to give that up. But again, he does give it up. I love that. That's important. He doesn't so self-reward that he doesn't trail. He's realizing that the only way he's going to get his treat is if he finishes this thing off. And so that's a good thing. And the way we're going to do this in the future with what I call this modified fire trail is he's going to watch the person leave, just like he's done, okay? And then once the person is out of sight, what I'm going to have you do is take Raz, walk him back away from the start point, at least 15 to 20 yards, and then wait for maybe a minute or two. After about a minute or two, what I want you to do is then bring him back onto the ascent article, let him start, and then we're going to run the track. And so basically, in this way, what you're going to be doing is aging that track out to about 3 or 4 minutes. Once he's done 3 or 4 minutes, we're going to bump it out to 5 or 6 minutes. After 5 or 6 minutes, we're going to go to about 10 minutes. But in the beginning, on this modified fire trail, it's important that it doesn't sit too long, or that the person's gone too long, because Raz is just going to get distracted.
Good way, bud. Yeah.
Boy.
Good little man.
Little Raz.
Oh, tuner everywhere.
Okay, Jay, so I'm going to put my own little video in here. Unfortunately, I don't have a puppy to work, but I'm going to kind of mime what you need to do with Raz on the next section of trails. We're going to go into what we call a modified fire trail, and it's going to be right here. Okay, so Jay, this is what you're going to do on this modified fire trail. Just picture yourself as me, and basically what you're going to do is just like before. You're going to be behind your tree or whatever you're hiding Raz's vision from, just like this. Raz is going to watch the trail layer run away, okay, or leave. I don't want him to see the entire distance, just watch him leave. And then once your trail layer is in place or settled down, or he's out of sight of you, what you're going to do is you're going to pick Raz up or hold him on the leash, and you're going to walk away about 20 yards, okay? And you're going to take him away from the location that you started the track from. And you're going to get to that point, and you're going to wait for about maybe 1 to 3 minutes, okay? And after 1 to 3 minutes, what I want you to do is walk him back to your start point. And as soon as he sees the scent article, as soon as you see him actually pick up the article in his eye, you're going to put him down and let him go and start the track, okay? So the whole idea is he sees the person start to run, and as soon as the person is out of sight, you're gonna move him away about 10 to 20 yards, and then wait for 1 to 3 minutes. After that time, you'll bring him back. As soon as he acknowledges visually the scent article, let him go and take it, and let him run the track. We're gonna do this several times, and what we're gonna do is we're trying to increase the set time for the track so that odor has a chance to lay on the ground a little bit better. Sound good? All right, next trail should be great. Thank you.